Hey everyone, Echidna's out, and yeah, so she kind of got like a revamp. I believe she has a new memory. She's still a festival banner, but she has a step up. That's the first time that's ever happened. That's insane. Probably a must summon low key. Then we have the new translations. I did want to go over the old translations with the new ones. Let me go ahead and pull up my old video because I do believe. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. I can pull up the wiki. See, wiki. Probably should have done this ahead of time. I just clicked record as soon as I opened OBS for some reason. So, all right, characters. All right, let's look for Echidna. There she is. Alright, so we're going to be comparing her old self to her new self. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. From what I've seen, she's pretty impressive. Also, though, I did check PvP. I don't think I saw her as like a top tier team, like anyone using her, so. Also, shout out to the guy that said Alcor wasn't meta at the moment. He's like a majority of these teams, so. Yeah, there's like no Echidna. Okay, interesting. She might not be as good as I thought. But yeah, we'll take a look. The step up banner, it looks like a normal step up. So look, the fact that she's a festival banner with step ups, I don't know if the two combine. Like, first off, you have a bunch of the festivals here as like featured, or not featured, but like in the pool, so that's already a W. You have increased rates for some of the steps, so that's like, I think this is a 2% for Echidna, 2% for Echidna, or 3-star. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Echidna. That's just like, it's so good. And then she has a new memory. I don't know why they decided to give her a new memory. Maybe because it was a little outdated. But I'm glad that they're doing so much for Festival Transcendence, because it is a big deal. It's also insanely expensive. I was going to go ahead and do it for her because I do have enough. I literally just barely have enough. You need so many like, it's the same amount of fragments, but festival characters are way more expensive than normal ones to buy. So let's say I wanted max out, that's 1,000 for a normal character, but then we go to a festival character like Roz, that's 600. So it's really expensive, and like I said, I barely have enough because she is red, so I would need 300 to get the gold, and another 300 to get to Transcendence, because that's how much Transcendence costs. I just want to double check the conversion rate because it might be different. I forget which one it is. It's this one. Alright, let's see. So I have 9 out of 10. Why do I have 9 out of 10? Oh, that might be just like the fragments intro. Never mind. Yeah, so it's 10, just like the normal one. So that's good at least. Like, that is really good. So thank God for that. But yeah, it's still pretty expensive. We have her normal festival banner. I mean, at least I'm assuming it's a festival banner. Like, why wouldn't it be? Also, does she have... Is this her Transcendence stuff? This is just probably her normal kit, huh? We'll look over the Transcendence stuff in a bit. Yeah, let me check the banner. It should be... Yeah, 10%, 5.5. Yep, that's festival. As an Echidna... This one's Echidna? No, this one is. Then these are the featured. And then these are the rest of the banner. So yeah, Subaru. Ram, again, she was literally just on the previous... I'm pretty sure she's still there. I think she was on Idol Amelia's banner. As a featured festival. Or featured unit on a festival. No, she was on someone else's. She was just on a banner, though. Which is kind of weird. It might have been Ram's. Let me see. Yeah, it's Rems. I don't know why they like featuring her a lot. It's kind of just like a whatever character. Either way. So yeah, then you have the witches, so you have chances of pulling out. I really want to summon here because I want Typhoon so badly. Pretty much as bad as I want Elsa, but I've already poured so many gems into Amelia that if I don't get her at this point, it is gonna be a tragedy. So I'm gonna do at least 2 more multis to see if I can get like a free memory or something, or not a memory. I think I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna summon an Echidna. I'm probably gonna do this banner because it's oh, so this one's one of the older ones. So this one's a 4K, 4.5 because the half off multi. You get the 50 free fragments, which is okay because that'll get you an awakening closer to Transcendence, as well as one of the new memories and some increased rates. So yeah, it's a pretty good banner. I mean, you can't ask for too much. It's a festival and a step up at the same time, so that's kind of insane. Let's take a look at the rates real quick. I would assume it's just the festival rates. So step 1, yeah, it's the festival rates. Wow, that's insane. Okay, yeah, it's a really good banner. Banners have been super good, although the events have been kind of lacking when it comes to gems. I really don't think they give enough gems in this game, like at all. Nowhere near it, but it is what it is. All right, so we have new translations as well as old. We'll go ahead and read the old ones first. I'll have the old ones up on screen for you. Even though you can't read them. So looking at the basic, let's see. So we have skill 1, magically attacks a single enemy with 400% power with 100% chance of distraction for 3 turns. The way they changed it. Alright, so skill 1, basic light magic, attack a single target with the power equal to 400% x the elapsed turn count. So the later in the battle, the more damage it's gonna do. Then apply 3 turns of distraction and loss. So they added a debuff and they added a multiplier to the damage. It's not the most insane multiplier, but it does work well with her kit, as you'll see, so that's okay. Nothing too big there. Then for her skill 2, the initial skill 2 is a 3-turn cooldown, magically attacks all enemies with 500% power, has a 100% chance of inflicting agility down for 3 turns, increasing their cooldowns by 1 turn and decreasing their action gauge by 30%. So the way they changed that, before the T cools, oh, this might be a passive. Oh, this might be something else. I guess like let's see. Skill 2. Oh yeah, so it's this one down here. They just moved it. They added like a passive in between, so it's now he's skill 2. Attack all enemies with power equal to 700% power. X the turns. Increase their cooldowns by 1. Reduce action gauge by 30%. Apply 3 turns of agility down, attack down, and defense down. Heal seal and buff seal. After 4 turns have elapsed, additionally ignore damage limiters. So she can ignore damage mitigation, so that's really good. Probably the best part about that, she applies a very plentiful amount of debuffs. They're all really useful. Action gauge by 30% and cooldown by 1 is really nice as well, for slowing your opponents even more. So yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see, so skill 3, cooldown, attack on all enemies. So they did change one of the skills, I think, to a passive. Let me see, yeah, special magic. Yeah, it's just reading in reverse. Alright, so we'll continue. Alright, so we have the skill 3, 4-turn cooldown. Magically attacks all enemies with 700% power. Has a 100% chance of inflicting attack down, defense down. Is that recovery seal and buff seal? Oh, I think they kind of added those 2 skills together and then they made a new skill altogether. Oh, so that's what they did. Okay. So this skill is the one with the recovery seal and the buff seal, and the 30% action gauge. I think they added this skill here, this one, and this one together, and then they put it in this slot, and they made a new passive for this slot. So with that, we'll go ahead and read the passive. When triggering a field, I guess that might be all field skills. So if she's going up against a witch that can change the field, that's interesting. Maybe all apply, or let's read the before the T cools. That's what it's called. Apply all apply 4 turns of attribute change purple to all allies. When self is HP is up 25% or above. Apply damage limiter by 5,000 to self. An immunity to steal, stun, taunt, charm, distraction. When receiving a hit, elapse 1 turn for self. Every 3 enemy actions, apply 1 turn of incorporeal to purple allies. And for a random opponent, 3 turns of attribute change purple. Alright, so she can change purple. Attribute change is a lot stronger than I thought initially. Well, I guess not really, because I knew how strong it was going to be, but like actually seeing it play out in battle. So the new event boss actually has it, I believe, and it changes your units into purple units. So it really shows how much synergy it can just ruin from a team. So it's really good to have on a unit, and I'm glad she has it. So it's a really good passive. She also does a lot of things to units that aren't purple, as we'll get into in a bit. So her changing allies into purple is really helpful as well. And that's when you activate your field skill, which is the thing that ruins teams if they're not purple, so especially your allies. So the fact that she does it upon field skill activation is really good. For her old field skill, it is a 100% chance to reduce everyone's action gauge by 200%, remove all buffs from all enemies and allies, activate the field skill that applies debuff chance up, debuff resistance down, and resistance immunity, or debuff immunity cancel. Like, you just can't apply immunity to everyone for 3 turns. Then the new field skill is going to be for all allies and enemies except purple allies. So that's where that comes in. Peel off all buffs and reduce action gauge by 200%, ignoring resistances. Activate a 3-turn field skill with debuff chance increase, debuff resistance reduction, and disable resistance. So nothing too crazy. I think they changed the wording from just removing buffs to peel off, because I don't think there's like a resistance to peel off. That makes it more obsolete, I think. But yeah, so it's just basically the normal field skill, except for now she has a passive to help her team out when she activates it. So that's really good. It's a lot less detrimental. So that is the thing that I like and that I wanted from the witches in the first place, where they would have field skills to kind of fuck over everyone, but there's some way with the witch that you have on your team to work around it, because you are the one applying it. This one isn't really a workaround, just outright protects you at all times, but I mean, it's still kind of what I wanted, so I do like it. She deserves it, especially for Transcendence, the very first Transcendence festival, the very first festival. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the Transcendence. I want to see how she works on teams, because she does give an corporal, but the thing is with their kit is there's a lot to really rely on when it comes to the enemy team. You have to allow them to hit your echidna for something. Then 3 turns, you have to allow them to get 3 turns for the incorporeal. So for the echidna, if you want her, a lot of her skills base up their damage off of the amount of turns passed, and if she gets hit, a turn elapses for her. I don't know if Roz's turn elapse works for her, something like that, but with a lot of her kit, you do rely on the enemy. You rely on getting hit. You rely on them having turns. And with this team, it feels like you kind of don't want them to have turns. So I don't know. It's kind of confusing. I hope she's not too bad. I really want to transcend her and do a video on it, but also I kind of don't want to waste the resources just in case she's kind of mid, because she is worded a little weird. Like, majority of the changes I do like, but in actual play, it sounds kind of weird. Like, the vibe is off. I will just say that. So I'm gonna kind of wait on it. Her leader skill is all allies, 10% agility, by the way, which is okay. It's not the worst. Then 10% defense, 10% agility, and 30% HP. That's on Transcendence. That might be the same here. Yeah. And then we have the memory. Let's talk about the memory. This one's something. So they went ahead and changed her memory up. I believe the Betty memory from right here. I was looking for it just to see if I can show it in the video. I'm pretty sure this was her initial memory. It gives 100% invincibility at the start of turn, and then it's just, I think magical units get speed. I remember because I had a gold because I kept pulling so much for her. And yeah, so that was her memory. Not sure again why they changed it, but I guess it makes sense. We'll go ahead and translate this now. Let's see. I'm assuming it's agility. Yeah, so it's magic, attack, agility. Again, basically the same as the Betty. You have, what is this? 30% agility, so that's really good. 30% agility is nothing to scoff at. Then for every 2 turns acquired, activate attack enhancement for 2 turns. Every 2 turns acquired, 2 turns to yourself, activate defense enhancement. Okay, so she gets attack and a defense buff every 2 turns for 2 turns. So she's pretty much got it permanently. If she's running this, that's pretty good. It's not the most wild thing, but additional defense. Is that one of her bonus stats? Yeah, so defense, that can work well with that. Other than attack is pretty nice because, you know, the longer you're in battle. And also it's just nice to have more attack. Yeah, so it's not a bad memory. They definitely didn't do anything crazy for it. Although, again, 30 agility is kind of nuts. Like, actually kind of wild. So that's, like, really good. And this is, like, a generic magic. And my dogs are just going crazy. Okay, like I was saying, the memory, just in general, is really good to have. Magic units, there's a lot of those, as well as 30% agility, like, hello. And then these are just really good generic buffs. So, it has a lot of variety. So, either way, you have the banner options for, let's see, 17 days, not bad. The step up is definitely worth doing. Festivals really, it really does feel like they're never worth summoning on. I feel like most of the time I have luck is with tickets. I'm pretty sure that's how I pulled Raws, and I'm pretty sure that's how I pulled Swimsuit Amelia, so, tickets are kind of your best friend. Festivals are just never worth it. You have these insane bonuses with step ups, and the fact that you get that on a festival banner, this is so good. Echidna's not really worth having if you're not going to transcend her, because she's just so outdated. But the memory is good to have. The festival banner in itself is just such a good banner if you have step ups. Like, it's good that you have, like, a place to stop. So Subaru's good. Like, this Ram's okay, I think. Terejia's okay. The festivals, they're all really good to have. Minerva's so good on mono blue. If you don't have her, you're just crutching yourself. Or, yeah, like, it's... And then Typhoon's really good, especially with the new felt. You have some of the updated pool. You have their memories as well. You have the increased rates. It's so good. I think it's a really solid banner. Either way, that's her stats and skills, and she seems pretty fun. I might do it. I'm kind of waiting to see, maybe like a couple more days to like a week. I don't know. I'll have to see. But yeah, this is gonna do it for the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.